Imagine waking up tomorrow with a completely different relationship with money. Imagine no longer feeling anxious, stressed, or stuck when it comes to your finances. What if I told you that the first thing holding you back from real wealth isn't the economy, your job, or even your education, but your mindset? Today, I'm going to reveal the single money mindset trick that can change everything. Your income, your opportunities, and even the way you see your own potential. This is the mindset shift that separates those who struggle financially from those who thrive. And once you understand it, your life will never be the same again. Get ready, because we're about to take control of your financial destiny. When it comes to wealth and success, everything begins in your mind. The first and most powerful step toward financial freedom is shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance. Most people are trapped in a scarcity mentality without even realizing it. They focus on what they don't have, constantly comparing themselves to others and worrying about every penny as if it were a lifeline. Scarcity thinking tells you that there's never enough, that opportunities are limited, and that your dreams are out of reach. It's a mindset rooted in fear, and fear is a powerful force that keeps you small. When you operate from scarcity, every decision is influenced by a lack of confidence. You hesitate to invest in yourself, you avoid risks, and you settle for mediocrity. You measure your life by what you've lost or what you fear losing, rather than by the potential of what you could create. Scarcity thinking makes money feel like a game of survival, not a tool for growth. And here's the critical point. The universe doesn't respond to fear, it responds to clarity, belief, and focus. Shifting to abundance begins with a conscious decision. You must tell yourself that there is enough wealth, enough opportunity, and enough success for everyone, including you. Abundance is not about blind optimism or wishful thinking. It's about recognizing the limitless possibilities around you, acknowledging your own value, and understanding that money is not a finite resource. When you believe in abundance, you stop competing against the world and start creating value for it. You stop fearing loss and start embracing opportunities. You begin to see that every challenge contains a lesson and every setback contains the seeds of growth. Abundance thinking changes the way you act. You become generous, you take calculated risks, and you invest in yourself and others without hesitation. You begin to notice opportunities that were invisible when you were stuck in scarcity. You understand that giving does not deplete you, it multiplies what comes back to you. You stop waiting for someone else to open the door, and you start building your own doors, knowing the possibilities are endless. The shift also requires a daily practice of gratitude and focus. Recognize what you already have, celebrate the wins, and visualize the life you desire. Feed your mind with stories of success, with examples of people who started with nothing and created extraordinary wealth. Surround yourself with abundance-minded individuals who elevate your thinking. The moment you commit to this shift, your decisions, your actions, and your energy all align with wealth creation. Scarcity is replaced by opportunity. Fear is replaced by empowerment. Limitation is replaced by vision. And with this mindset, you begin to attract the money, the success, and the life you once thought were impossible. This is the power of abundance. It transforms not just your bank account, but your entire life. Most people think the key to financial success is working harder, earning more, or investing wisely, but the truth is far deeper than that. Your relationship with money is often the single biggest factor that determines your financial outcome. Many people are emotionally entangled with money they tie their self-worth, identity, and security to their bank account. When money is scarce, they feel anxious, fearful, or even unworthy. When money flows in, they may feel entitled, overconfident, or reckless. This emotional attachment creates instability because your feelings dictate your decisions rather than logic, strategy, or purpose. Detaching emotionally from money doesn't mean you stop caring about it. It means you stop letting it control your happiness, self-esteem, and choices. Money is a tool, a resource, a means to an end, not the end itself. When you see money as energy that flows through your life, rather than as a measure of your value, you gain freedom. Decisions that once felt overwhelming become easier because they are guided by clarity and purpose rather than fear and desire. You begin to treat money the way a skilled professional treats a tool. That respect it. They manage it wisely, but they don't let it define them. Emotional detachment allows you to take bold actions without being paralyzed by fear. You can invest in opportunities, start businesses, or take calculated risks without obsessing over what if I lose it all. You understand that your self-worth is independent of your financial status, which removes the pressure that so often leads to mistakes, missed opportunities, or poor judgment. When money is no longer a source of emotional turbulence, your mind is clear, your decisions are rational, and your confidence grows. Another aspect of detachment is understanding abundance and impermanence. Money is not static, it comes and goes. Holding on too tightly creates stress, while letting it flow creates leverage. By learning to give, invest, and spend consciously, you release the fear-based grip that limits your financial potential. The more you detach emotionally, the more you can focus on creating value, growing your resources, and building a life of freedom rather than anxiety. Detachment also encourages discipline and long-term thinking. You stop chasing instant gratification and start planning for sustainable growth. You can view setbacks as temporary lessons rather than catastrophic failures. You treat financial losses with calm analysis rather than panic. And you treat gains with humility rather than arrogance. This emotional equilibrium allows your wealth to grow steadily because your actions are consistent, deliberate, and guided by principles rather than impulses. Ultimately, detaching emotionally from money transforms not only your finances, but your life. It frees you from the stress, fear, and obsession that hold most people back. You start making smarter decisions, taking bolder actions, and attracting opportunities that align with your purpose. Money becomes a servant, not a master. And in that freedom lies the true power to create lasting wealth and live a life of fulfillment. Many people make the mistake of obsessing over income, constantly worrying about how much they earn, comparing their salary to others, or chasing the next paycheck. While income is important, it is a byproduct, not the foundation of real wealth. The secret to financial success lies not in chasing money, but in creating and delivering value. When you focus on value, income becomes a natural result of the impact you have on the world. The more problems you solve, the more people you serve, and the greater the value you create, the more wealth flows into your life. Focusing on value means shifting your mindset from how much can I make to how much can I give, serve, or improve. Wealth is attracted to those who solve meaningful problems, innovate, and create solutions that people need. It doesn't matter whether you are an entrepreneur, a professional, or an employee. Value is universal. Every time you improve someone's life, save them time, or provide an experience, that matters. You are creating wealth in its most powerful form. When you prioritize income over value, you limit your potential because you focus on short-term gains instead of building lasting influence and trust. People who focus on value also develop a mindset of growth and contribution. They constantly ask themselves how they can improve their skills, expand their knowledge, and enhance their offerings. They are not satisfied with mediocrity, they strive for excellence because they understand that true value is rare and appreciated. This mindset attracts opportunities, partnerships, and clients effortlessly because people are drawn to those who provide more than they take. Focusing on income alone leads to transactional thinking where interactions are limited to exchanges of money rather than relationships and impact. Creating value also changes your approach to risk and innovation. When your primary goal is to serve and solve problems, you are willing to take calculated risks, experiment, and push boundaries. You become resilient in the face of setbacks because your focus is on the value you are creating, not on temporary fluctuations in income. Value-driven individuals see challenges as opportunities to innovate, improve, and stand out. This mindset builds both personal and financial strength as you are constantly increasing your ability to deliver results that matter. Moreover, focusing on value builds long-term wealth and legacy. Income can be fleeting, but value compounds over time. When you create systems, products, or services that continue to solve problems, your impact and your wealth grows exponentially. You stop living paycheck to paycheck or chasing the next opportunity. Instead, you become a creator of solutions that attract abundance naturally. People remember and reward those who consistently deliver value, and this creates not only financial success, but also influence, respect, and freedom. In the end, shifting your focus from income to value changes everything. You stop worrying about money and start worrying about impact. You stop chasing numbers and start chasing excellence. Income becomes a reflection of the worth you provide to the world, and wealth flows effortlessly because you are no longer asking how much can I earn, but instead asking how much can I give. This mindset is the cornerstone of sustainable success and the secret to building a life of abundance. Wealth is not just about strategy, skill, or opportunity. It begins in the mind. Your thoughts, beliefs, And daily mental habits are the invisible forces that determine your financial reality. Most people underestimate this power, thinking that money comes solely from hard work or luck. But the truth is that your mind is the command center for everything you create in life. Conditioning your mind daily for wealth is not optional. If you want lasting success, it is essential. Conditioning your mind begins with clarity about what you want. You must know not just the amount of money you desire, but also why you want and what it will allow you to create in your life and for others. This clarity gives your mind a target to focus on, and focus is the first step toward manifestation. Without a clear vision, your efforts are scattered and opportunities pass you by unnoticed. When you repeatedly feed your mind with specific goals and vivid images of the life you desire, you are planting seeds that grow into actionable ideas, innovative solutions, and financial breakthroughs. Daily conditioning also requires monitoring the quality of your thoughts. Many people unconsciously sabotage themselves with negative beliefs. I'm not good enough. Money is hard to come by, or I don't deserve this. These thoughts may seem harmless, but they create invisible barriers that limit your potential. By consciously replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones, you create a mental environment that attracts wealth. Affirmations, visualization, and journaling are powerful tools in this process. Repetition is key. Your mind becomes what you feed it consistently. And over time, these positive patterns become automatic. Another critical aspect of daily conditioning is surrounding yourself with wealth-minded influences. The people you spend time with, the books you read, and the media you consume all shape your beliefs and expectations. When you expose yourself to stories of success, strategies of wealth creation, and the mindset of those who have achieved financial freedom, you expand your own possibilities. Your brain begins to normalize success and abundance, and your actions align with these higher expectations. Conditioning your mind for wealth also means developing emotional resilience. Money comes with challenges, risks, and setbacks, but a condition. Mind sees these not as threats, but as lessons and opportunities. Daily mental practice strengthens your confidence, patience, and perseverance. Meditation, reflection, and focused goal setting allow you to maintain calm and clarity even in the face of financial uncertainty. This emotional control prevents impulsive decisions and keeps you aligned with long-term wealth creation. Ultimately, conditioning your mind daily for wealth transforms you from someone who reacts to circumstances into someone who creates circumstances. It shifts your perspective from scarcity to possibility, fear to confidence, and doubt to certainty. The results are not immediate, but consistent daily practice compounds over time, producing unstoppable momentum. When your mind is trained to recognize opportunities, embrace challenges, and focus on value, wealth is no longer a dream. It becomes a natural outcome of the person you have become. Thinking about wealth and success without action is like building a house. Without laying bricks, it looks good in theory, but accomplishes nothing. Knowledge, mindset, and strategy are essential, but they remain useless without execution. The final and most crucial step in achieving financial freedom is taking massive strategic action. This means moving beyond small, tentative steps or wishful thinking and committing fully to actions that directly move you toward your goals. It's not just about doing more, it's about doing the right things consistently with focus, purpose, and urgency. Massive action starts with clarity. You must know exactly what you want to achieve and break it down into specific, actionable steps. Many people fail because they think they need to figure everything out before starting. The truth is that progress comes from action, not perfection. Every small, decisive step generates feedback, teaches lessons, and brings you closer to your ultimate goal. Massive action means embracing a bias for movement, choosing to act, even when conditions aren't perfect, trusting that momentum will create solutions along the way. Strategic action is equally important. Action without direction is busy work. It consumes energy without producing results. To act strategically, you must focus on high leverage activities, tasks that generate the most impact relative to your time and effort. This requires discipline, prioritization, and the ability to identify opportunities where your efforts create exponential results. Wealth is attracted to those who don't just work harder, but work smarter, aligning their actions with their vision, resources, and the needs of the market. Taking massive strategic action also requires courage. Fear is the number one reason people remain stuck. Fear of failure, rejection, or loss can paralyze even the most capable individuals. But massive action demands that you step into discomfort, confront uncertainty, and push past the invisible barriers that hold you back. Every successful entrepreneur, investor, or professional has faced fear. They succeeded not because fear vanished, but because they acted in spite of it. Courage amplifies the effect of your actions and trains your mind to embrace challenges as opportunities rather than threats. Consistency is another critical component. One massive action may create a breakthrough, but sustained, repeated action compounds results over time. Daily steps taken with intensity and precision produce momentum that becomes unstoppable. Momentum is a force multiplier. It turns ideas into results, obstacles into lessons, and vision into reality. Without consistent action, even the best strategies and mindsets remain dormant. Finally, taking massive strategic action reinforces every other aspect of wealth creation. It solidifies your mindset, validates your value, and strengthens your emotional resilience. Action converts belief into reality. It is the bridge between potential and achievement. You cannot think, visualize, or plan your way to financial freedom alone. You must step forward, do the work, and relentlessly pursue the actions that align with your goals. The people who achieve extraordinary success are not necessarily smarter or luckier. They are the ones who act boldly, and act consistently, turning intention into unstoppable results. The journey to financial freedom and true wealth is not about luck, timing, or endless struggle. It begins and ends with your mindset and your actions. Shifting from scarcity to abundance rewires your perspective, showing you that opportunities are limitless. Detaching emotionally from money frees you from fear and obsession, allowing clarity and confidence to guide every decision. Focusing on value instead of income aligns your efforts with impact, creating wealth as a natural byproduct of contribution. Conditioning your mind daily for success trains your beliefs, thoughts, and habits to support your vision, preparing you to recognize and seize opportunities others overlook. And finally, taking massive strategic action transforms intention into reality, converting ideas, plans, and knowledge into tangible results. The truth is, wealth is not a destination, it's a reflection of the person you become in the process. When you integrate these principles, money ceases to be a source of stress and becomes a tool for growth, freedom, and fulfillment. You step into a life where financial abundance flows naturally because your mind, actions, and focus are aligned with creating real value. This is not a theory, it is a practice, a discipline, and a commitment to yourself. If you take even one of these steps seriously today, your future will begin to change. Implement them all, and you will transform not only your bank account, but your entire life. Success, wealth, and fulfillment are not outside of your reach, they are waiting for you to claim them by thinking bigger, acting bolder, and living with purpose. The first money mindset trick is not a secret formula, it's a lifestyle of abundance, value, clarity, and relentless action. Start today and watch your life change in ways you once thought were impossible.